Faithful restoration is always a test of patience and dedication. Even the smallest city project can try the most committed of us. So when it's a remote rural location, far from trades and expertise, and there's a castle-sized homestead that needs to be wrestled back from the brink and transformed into a comfortable country home, the challenges are exponential. Hearts can be easily broken, along with the bank balance. I'm Anthony Burke, a professor of architecture. Brilliant. Passionate about buildings of the past. This is incredibly impressive. And what they can tell us about better ways to live in the future. This is very confronting. It's a ruin. It is. Join me as I travel the country, meeting homeowners embarking on the challenge of a lifetime. Restoring homes from the 1800s to the swinging 60s. Looking to balance our rich cultural heritage with life in modern Australia.
Hey, look at this.
What do you got? Oh.
Melbourne couple Jane Marchment and Neil Gibbs treasure the past.
No, it's cool.
Original 1950s light,
It's
glass shade.
Jane's a lawyer, Neil's an energy consultant. And rummaging through rusty relics, all the bells and whistles, and diving into treasure chests in search of an exciting find is a shared passion.
Perfect. How many are there?
There's 4 of them.
Other people's cast-offs and memories may find a new life in theirs. A big, mixed, loving family first brought together by tragedy.
My first husband passed away at 39 suddenly, and yeah, it was a very difficult time. During that time, yeah, Neil was very supportive, and that's which eventuated into a relationship.
Yeah, it was a surprise for us both. It was sort of odd. I tried not to be in love with Jane for a while, quite a while actually. But I was, and I couldn't stop it. And yeah, that's how we got together.
Now, more than 20 years on, their kids have grown and flown the coop, and Jane and Neil are craving a new challenge.
We're at a crossroads. We're empty nesters, and we're very excited by that.
It was fantastic, actually.
And that next day, we were contemplating travel, but we definitely needed more than that.
Yeah, we wanted something that was substantive and would do something good for us and for the family. And we started to look for a project, and I had always wanted a bluestone home. I can't tell you why, I just always did. And I've always loved growing things, plants, kids, businesses, and I needed some land.
Bluestone is the backbone of early Melbourne. It's everywhere in Jane and Neil's hometown, from laneways to grand buildings and fine, stately homes. But these guys are wandering prospectors of the dusty past, and their search for bluestone took them west, 250 kilometres from home. Face to face with this dramatic sight.
We had never seen a house of this design in our lives before, other than perhaps churches. There's no home that we'd ever looked at or seen that had this feel.
This is Berrambool Estate in Western Victoria, half an hour south of Ararat, a monumental pile of stones about as resolute and imposing as the nearby Grampian Ranges.
The moment I saw it, I just fell in love with it. Particularly the front, the facade is just so special in a house. And for me personally, from that moment, I was hooked, just completely taken.
Jane and Neil bought Berrambool in 2021 for $1.8 million.
It's a very big job that we've taken on, but an exciting opportunity.
It absolutely is. I see a romance in bringing things back to life and their former glory. I think this is the dream project that's full of dreams.
Yeah.
It might be full of dreams, brimming with history and loaded with character, But this massive 540 square metre homestead on 11 hectares out in the lonely Victorian countryside is feeling every one of its 160 or so years.
I mean, this thing needs everything done to it. We don't have a toilet. We have electricity in 2 rooms. We have bubble wrap for glass in most of the rooms. We don't have heating. We don't have ceilings in half the house. We have no floors in probably about a third of the house. And there are gaps everywhere else. It's just daunting. I mean, it's so extreme. The scale of it is significant, but everything was broken.
But wait, there's more. At Berrambool, there's no such thing as too much bluestone. There's an enormous bluestone stables that could just about accommodate a full Melbourne Cup field. But that's a restoration project for another time.
Many people have said to us, you guys are crazy. It's got a ridiculous amount of work to be done on it.
It's going to cost the complete bomb. We'll never get our money back. But the joy of the journey is the reason we're doing it.
We also feel a sense of responsibility.
Yeah, but we didn't have to take that on.
No.
But we have.
But now that we have, I feel that responsibility.
Yeah, that was the option. We could have said no, but we did it. For us, it's much, much more than a house restoration project. It's a whole journey of discovery about the history, about the natural environment, about ourselves and about the family and new things we want to do here.
Hey Neil, hey Jane.
Anthony,
hi.
Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you and lovely to meet this gorgeous pile that you've got here.
It's magnificent, isn't it?
Fantastic. Yeah, it's a total statement. In every sense, in this location, in this environment, statement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You must feel amazing seeing this every morning.
Oh, yeah.
It's an absolute privilege showing this place. It is incredible.
This is Victorian period, right? So there's an enormous amount going on. I can see Elizabethan up there in the parapets with those curves. I can see the Gothic pointed arches. The Scottish baronial in all of the stonework and the dressed coining on the bluestone. For the Victorians, it was all about sort of bringing it all together and, enjoying that kind of festival almost.
Yeah, the busyness.
The busyness of it all.
Was that typical of the period?
Absolutely.
Right.
The Victorians were incredibly experimental.
Yeah.
And we've got, in a house like this, we've got the results of that kind of exploration going on. Remember, at the same time, Balmoral Castle was built. Right. So you've got a great precedent there, which is Scottish baronial. Westminster, same thing, different sort of Gothic. So some great precedents that they would have known about.
And I love how they came to Australia and just said, okay, we're going to just put it all up here in this Australian landscape.
Yeah, and the interiors from that period are also very rich and fairly dark and heavy. Is that the case here as well?
Well, let's come inside and have a look.
Oh, great. Let's have a look.
Do that.
This imposing edifice of showy Victorian mayhem isn't the only feature evoking the old dart.
Wow. If it was saying something outside, it's still saying something inside. This is huge.
A touring British Ashes team would be right at home choosing to bat or bowl in the Lords-like hallway.
Yep, longer than a cricket pitch.
Wow.
Absolutely, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic space.
Yeah. And you've got such, I guess, elevation in the ceilings, huge ceiling heights. I kind of expected that. And then your eye goes to all the details. So this is an important house because of all the things that are going on in here saying all this. These 3 arches, I've walked through a Gothic arch and I've now been introduced to a 4-pointed arch in the middle here that looks like it's got, Byzantine sort of decorative treatment to it. And then you've got a neoclassical arch down the back here. So that kind of Victorian exuberance for experimentation is still going on.
Still, no amount of grand Victoriana is going to hide the very ungrand, dysfunctional comforts.
This bathroom has seen better days.
Oh, yes, it has.
Nor does it seem to impress or intimidate the locals.
The first time I went to have a shower in there, naked, getting ready to go, foot over the bath, tiger snake.
What?
In the bottom of the bath.
No.
Absolutely.
In here?
In there, curled itself around, vroom, down the pipe and away. And that's when we knew the plumbing was wrecked.
Tell me you don't shower in there anymore.
No, we do. Very rarely, though.
Okay, now you're mad.
Officially, yes.
Officially mad.
The smallest room in the house might be filled with terror.
And here it is. This is the drawing room.
We like the space, but we love the light.
The largest is filled with ore.
If there's a bigger room in the house than this, then we're really in trouble.
Oh, no, that's it.
And more than a little water damage.
So this would have been where the gentlemen would have retired to, I suppose, or for their formal entertainment purposes, you know, whiskey and cigars, I suppose, something like that. But that would also imply that there's a parlour.
Oh, there is.
Yes?
Absolutely.
Very different?
Very different.
At a time when heavy lines demarcated the sexes, women would at least be spared the cigar smoke and the patriarchal grumblings and repair across the cricket pitch hallway to the parlour. Again, the deterioration is significant.
Because it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, doesn't it, really?
Just keeps going. It does. Just keeps going.
Berrambool is a maze of wide promenades, huge rooms and sudden tiny portals.
And this has to be the smallest door in the world.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
On into the dreamy, filtered light of a conservatory linking the original 1860s wing to the later 1890s wing.
I can imagine this space in the Victorian sense of that, you know, glass crystal palaces and those sorts of things, filled with greenery and all that kind of stuff, and it really would be a beautiful space.
So here we are in the bedroom wing, this long, broad hallway full of features.
These pressed tin ceilings at a more modest height declare yet another period change, but those Victorian quirks keep on coming.
What is this, Anthony? What were they thinking here?
And what will we do with it?
Yeah.
Gothic niche, I think that summarises it perfectly. It's another one of those very interesting Gothic-inspired Victorian eccentricities.
Just throw another feature in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's found its way into the bedroom wing.
Yeah.
But as we stride on past room after damaged room and a novelty fixture around each and every corner, I'm struck by the magnitude of Jane and Neil's mission. It's overwhelming, genuinely mind-blowing. This will be their forever home, but it goes on forever and might take forever to finish. Just repairing this monster would be Herculean, but Jane and Neil plan to reconfigure the current 9-bedroom layout into something more stylish and suitable. The drawing room and parlour will become a formal lounge and formal dining room. A length of the cricket pitch will become a gallery. Great idea. The higgledy-piggledy kitchen corner will be reconfigured into a casual living dining area and served by a new kitchen. A master suite and study will command the other corner of the original house. The conservatory will be restored and the bedroom wing refreshed. There'll be no fewer than 4 new, very snake-proof bathrooms. All in all, it's an epic assignment.
When you're in the spaces internally, they tell you what they are. They can't be anything else.
Yeah.
So lots of the pieces feel like they're not really movable. A good project has a great plan, but I feel we've already been given a lot of the plan.
The project will reveal itself. The direction we head will reveal itself as we're on that journey. I really do think that. Our main aim, which we will achieve, is to leave the place in a better state than what we found it.
Yeah. How much are you intending to spend on the renovation restoration?
You could pour a lot of money into this, so obviously we have to budget. I'd like to keep it to closer to 1, but I'm realistic and I think it'll be closer to 2 million.
Okay. When you think about the project in total, in its complexity, its whole, what are you most worried about?
Scale. It's just so big. It's the sheer volume of activity and losing the love of it, the enthusiasm. When the weather's really crook out here, and will we find ourselves flat? And we haven't had any huge, potholes yet, but they're there waiting for us to find, right?
Yeah.
They will find them.
How long do you think this is all going to take you?
Well, 18 months from now, I guess, we hope to be able to live in the house pretty comfortably.
Yep.
Will it be absolutely completely finished? I don't think so.
Yeah.
But it'll be livable.
One of the huge challenges is definitely going to be tradespeople, getting people out here. It is quite isolated.
We're sort of beggars in that regard, and we'll take the people we can get when we can.
I mean, and I guess it is endless. And I have actually said, this will do you in.
Yeah. I love you, but yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, this is an intimidating assignment. I mean, just the scale of the thing is epic. And I shudder to think what might be lurking in the vast uncovered spaces of this place. Given it's about the size of a castle, I'm tempted to summon that great line from the Great Australian Movie and tell them they're dreaming. 18 months and a couple of million? Come on. But then these two have shown they can build great things from terrible adversity. So maybe we should just give them the benefit of the doubt, cross our fingers, and hope they can do it. As demo work gets underway at Berrambool, Jane and Neil's sons Eddie and Tom have found themselves heading back in time in more ways than one.
Pretty sure we're doing the ceiling, but I'm not sure, 100%.
They're back bunking in one room.
It's funny that, like, we're sharing a room again, and I think me and Tom's relationship got much closer when we stopped sharing a room.
Okay, so today's tasks are going to centre around preparing for plastering and the electrician.
They're back in class, getting their assignments.
We haven't appointed an architect yet, we don't have a builder, but we do have an electrician.
Working for Mum and Neil is pretty interesting, but ultimately we just do what we're told.
And they're getting to know the innermost spaces and beginning to uncover the lurking dramas of a vast, neglected 160-year-old country house.
There's a lot to be done and there still is a lot more to do, but at the end of the day, we're just helping out wherever we can, doing what we can.
In their early 20s, Eddie and Tom are the demo muscle for this project. Neither have construction skills, but they've quit their jobs in the city for a basic wage and board out here to help wherever they can.
Another huge challenge is just the isolation. It's in the middle of nowhere. Our closest shops are 40 minutes away. Seeing friends, that's back in Melbourne. I don't have friends out here, so it's pretty isolating in that way.
It's just me and Tom.
Yeah, just the family.
It's great fun working with Ed and Tom. They're awesome, calm, even-keeled people. A good offset for me. They're more like Mum. And they're just really good at understanding a task and just, really cracking into it.
There are going to be some mishaps, and some of the plasterwork is too far gone to worry about preserving.
In a perfect world, okay, I'd like to keep that rose.
But Neil's keen to hold on to some stars.
How do I release the rose from the rest of the ceiling so that when I bring it down, it doesn't bring the rose down or damage it too much?
Mate, that is the million-dollar question.
Berrambool's isolation means experts can't simply call by with advice. If Neil's lucky, one might take a call, like Ballarat plasterer Sean.
All the ceiling out around it, that would be me number one that I would try to do.
What, actually sort of literally cut around it like it's a piece of tracing paper and...
Correct.
These historic details matter to us. So in this room, we've got an 1868 handmade rose that was made on site, cast on site. We don't want to lose that. And in the gentleman's room, in what will be the dining room of the future, we have a rose that was put in the Art Deco period, completely out of keeping with the Gothic era of the house, but absolutely in keeping with one of the major renovations that occurred in the house. And we want to keep both of those things.
These opening days are all about preparing Berrambool for the pros, stripping the interior for professional plasterers willing to tackle such a complex restoration.
The wood at that end is stuffed, to put it shortly.
Fossicking underfloors, checking the viability of old timber joists.
This one looks a bit flowery.
No, it's not too bad. I think that's just because this is bark. Like this one.
And searching for jacking points under acres of timber to summon weary old floor plates up from their sad old slump, preparing the way for the plumbers and electricians to come.
I'll be putting these little feet in, these galvanised metal feet in that will have no water problems. Clamp them in place like that so there's a good solid connection, and put in a concrete shoe around those. Wait for a day for the concrete to heal, set, and then that will be there forever.
And outside, mining around and under the mighty bluestone shell, searching for damp and water ingress and preparing the way for the professional underpinners to come in to right these dramatic and imposing external walls. This is a family digging in and getting it done.
Honestly, they are wonderful, and who gets to work with their kids like this? And they're not kids, they're adults. Like, it just doesn't happen. 22, 24, I am really blessed to have this moment in their lives. Like, I feel really privileged. Ed's looking at me like I'm just talking a load of crap, but it's true.
The only thing longer than these gut-busting days is the walk to the outhouse, the only functioning toilet on site, way off in the distance in the stables.
I know night time it's a 150-metre walk, but that's just the way it needs to be.
The project's not just about resurrecting Berrambool.
And there's a bit of a problem with water at the moment, so take a bucket with you when you go, and that'll keep everything moving just fine.
It's about relying on each other, doing as much of the work as they can and enjoying their time together.
What do you want, little darling?
Neil, don't feed dogs at the table. This is Neil's favourite child.
Oh, stop it.
But this team can only do so much.
The thing that worries me most at night is trades. I've got people who've said they're going to turn up, but, you know, will they turn up in the day? We don't have a builder, so we're managing that ourselves, so that's a risk. It's just the sheer scale of the thing that worries me most. So here's to Berrambool.
Berrambool.
Berrambool. Go team.
There's no doubt this adventure is going to be filled with surprise and discovery as the family chips away at this monumental task and dives deep into the history of the home. They know an Irish immigrant named John Moffat built Berrambool in the 1860s, but there's mystery, even infamy, surrounding him. How, in double quick time, did a lowly farm worker amass nearly 100,000 acres of prime grazing land, running at one time more than 120,000 head of sheep, somehow scurry into the top 10 of Victoria's rich list and feel compelled to build such a showy pile? And why did he earn such an unflattering nickname, Scabby Moffat? I hope Jane and Neil can find the time and the leads to flesh out the human history of this awesome spread.
Okay, time to call my get out of jail card.
Just weeks on, the rec and prep crew have hit a major snag.
Antonia, that was quick. How are you? That's great.
In fact, far more dark and forbidding than any of Berrambool's thick bluestone walls.
Do you mind if I put you on speaker so I can just make some notes as we go? Thanks, mate.
There's dangerous asbestos in the roof space, and it's absolutely everywhere.
So they're in sort of hazmat suits and they need a clean area to get out of those and shower down and that sort of stuff, is that?
Absolutely, yes.
So this is where we made our big and bad discovery. I was in the ceiling checking out its structural integrity and I came across what I suspected was asbestos, although I've never seen anything like it. And we sent it off to a lab and it's the very worst form of asbestos that you can get. It's known as Class A friable asbestos. There's no one in regional Victoria at all who is licensed to remove this. And so we're now finding or looking for solutions to a problem we can't solve locally.
It's quite a surprise. The widespread use of asbestos didn't occur in domestic construction until the late 1800s, so it's likely this was retrofitted for its insulating and fireproof qualities. Neil's found a city-based asbestos team that can do the job, but it's going to be a surgical procedure on a grand scale and with a big price tag, $30,000.
They have to set up an exclusion zone around the house, 4 people, double bagging it. There'll be a hygienist on site with vacuums, sampling the air the entire time that they're working. Fingers crossed, all things going well, they will issue a certificate of clearance, which means it'll be safe for us to occupy and we will have peace of mind, which is what we're really after here. Very expensive, mind you, but really mandatory as well.
For 9 long days, Berrambool resembles the set of a movie mystery, smothered in warning tape. The only entry, an airlock portal accessed by workers in hazmat.
Most rooms had it above the ceiling.
Asbestos hygienist Dion holds the progress of this project in his hands. Everything's at a standstill until he says it's safe.
The result is the southern wing is cleared, and we're just working on the main house body at the moment. I've gone through, I've had a look up through the ceiling. Everything looks clean so far, which is good, and I'm good to give them the green light to start restorations. So Kevin's coming back. They'll remove the last of the asbestos.
Yeah.
All the inside's clean and you can start your restoration.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be all cleared off and
with my peace of mind and a certificate.
Exactly.
And action.
This crack here, we want to get about 7 mil here. Hopefully that'll rotate.
Suddenly, Berrambool, the eerily quiet would-be movie set, has become a moving set.
Just want a photo of that. The top there should close up, hopefully.
With a can-do props department out to lift the pace and, most importantly, the house.
Righto, guys, that's the lowest point in the house. We're going to start up that end, start there, correct it back, and prop as we go. Let's go, go, go.
Even this bulletproof bluestone building can yield to the extremes of the seasons and the shifting ground.
It's making noise.
Stop there, Josh, go 3. I'll go 3 as well.
It's up to Scott and his team of house jackers to close up the gaps and get the walls back where they're supposed to be.
That gap's closing, it's good. It's pretty close.
He loves this place so much, he brought the family and made it a working holiday.
This is everything that I would love to have for myself. Probably not quite as grand as the house, but the stable, the property, it's just awesome. Here you go, lads. And once I came down here, I thought, that's it. We've got to do this in the school holidays. I've got 2 of my boys here, and we're just smashing it out, having a family holiday, working on something that's beautiful.
It's one of those things you don't know how bad something is until you start pulling it apart.
At last, the specialist trades are on a roll.
I think you'll be okay. I don't think we'll lose too much glass because we're taking the whole sash out.
Ray, the timber joiner, specialises in restoring and replicating period windows.
And this will go right in there.
Ray, they are going to look amazing. The arches are perfect. So going to complement the arches on the wall on the other side and just let all that light in.
Neil and Jane want to flood this bedroom wing hallway with light.
All right. Hello, froggies.
And they want to flood their stagnant, frog-filled tanks with fresh water.
A 5.5 metre deep hole dug in bedrock in 1863. An absolute engineering marvel. I don't know how they did it. But, oh gee, at our current rate of consumption, we'll run out of water in about 2 months.
So Eddie and Tom are preparing the roof for new guttering.
It would be really good to get all the gutters back on. I mean, having the water just drip down right next to the house was causing a bunch of problems inside anyway. Having running water for me will remove stress from Neil, and that means that I'll be in general, things will be better if Neil's less stressed.
And with Neil channeling that stress into a new course of piping, someday soon they'll just need to wait for the storm clouds to gather and wait for the downpour. And with that, a very different storm erupts inside the house.
We could use a lot of words, but they're stuffed.
Looks like the cost-efficient plan to patch up the floors will have to become a full-scale replacement program. Expensive.
As we've gone through lifting the floors for various reasons to replace just patches where we thought there were really big problems, we found that the whole lot is a problem. All of the subfloors appear to need to be replaced. All of the barriers sit on things called plates. The plates are sitting on piles of bluestones, which have been there for 160 years, and they're progressively rotting out. It's probably setting us back about 3 months from our planned trajectory, actually, because it's just such a lot of work under the floor rebuilding them. Dan.
Now would be a great time for the cavalry to arrive.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, so glad you're here.
And it does, in the shape of another son, Dan, a builder no less.
The main thing I'd like you to do actually is build another interim bedroom in the stable, so fix up the stables and talk about what we're going to do in the house. What do you think about what we're doing out there, though? Does it make sense to you?
Yeah, no, it does. It means that you can then get inside the house and have a crack in there and you're not living in there at the same time.
Having a builder in the family is handy at the best of times, but vital when some tradies are proving hard to pin down or are unable to readjust their schedules around Berrambool's disruptive discoveries.
They are crazy trying to do this and everything else. I think it's mad, but they're seeming to make it work, so good on them. I'm really excited for what it's going to look like in the next couple of years.
But Dan's voluntary ad hoc presence on site also highlights the biggest problem of all. Neil and Jane have been unable to find a full-time project managing builder to drive the main phase of the Berrambool makeover.
I think that they definitely need to appoint a builder sooner rather than later, otherwise they won't ever finish. They've set a deadline in their heads of end of 2024. Without a builder, it's quite easy just to tread water and not really move forward. Half-finished jobs everywhere, no real point of direction. There's a lot of ideas, but those ideas just get floated around and to turn into more ideas. Locking in a builder means that you'll have to lock in decisions and there will be an end in sight, I reckon.
The easy rolling hills and vales leading us out to Berrambool are misty and evocative in the early morning and as good a place as any to get philosophical.
Confucius said, the man who wants to move a mountain begins by moving small stones. The trouble is, I get the sense that Neil and Jane have moved many, many stones, but their restoration mountain hasn't moved an inch. I am really starting to worry that they might have bitten off more than they can chew.
Jane and Neil have been toiling away on this bluestone monster for just over a year.
Hey, Jane, Neil.
Anthony.
How are
Hey,
you?
lovely to see you again.
Great to see you.
But at first blush, you'd never know it.
Not much seems to have changed out here.
A lot has changed, you just can't see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Truth is, all the hard work is hidden. Important structural stuff under, above and within these forbidding bluestone walls. In fairness, the hallway cum sunroom of the bedroom wing is at least aglow with new windows.
Oh, yes. Brilliant's the word. All the light that's flooding in here.
You could sit here, enjoy the sunlight.
It is stunning in here in the morning, watching the sun come up. It's stunning.
Elsewhere, though, it's not exactly leaps and bounds.
Well, look, seriously, guys, there is just so much work to do.
And they're adding more work as they go.
We're going to do Gothic-styled strapping up there, with or without embellishments or adornments in between the strapping.
Okay, because this job wasn't hard enough already.
Plaster laneways crisscrossing this vaulted paddock. I don't know.
This is an addition to the historic fabric that we're standing that we already love.
True.
Doesn't that give you pause? Why does it need an addition? Aren't you being inauthentic to the original?
It's a risk, but we feel like the rooms can carry it, and we think it'll look amazing.
Okay, I have no doubt it's going to look pretty impressive, but I'm just wondering how much is too much?
We're worried about the two.
A year on, they're yet to hire a builder to project manage this enormous production, but they still press on with the work and their personal vision. The scale and demands of this project haven't crushed their enthusiasm.
So Jane, where does this, fabulous positivity that you've got come from, do you think?
We all have our story, right? So part of my story is actually losing my husband, the boys, my two youngest boys, their father. And once you have an event like that in your life, anything else is sort of easy, and I mean, you're so grateful for life. So I guess I'm always just thinking on the bright side because we're so lucky to be here.
Yeah. So I'm not hearing any regrets.
Not at all, not a bit. Even if it all fell apart and we couldn't afford to do it anymore, like just the bonding between us and the boys and the project as far as it's got, we've loved it. We've already loved the journey.
Yeah.
But heartbreakingly, for Jane in particular, all good journeys come to an end.
I've learned a lot, but definitely keen to leave. It's time. Spent enough time at Berrambool. Time to spend time elsewhere.
Yeah. I cannot wait to leave. This is like, it's good, but it's a drag.
It's been a long, hard, gut-busting and isolated grind for Eddie and Tom. They're young and they want their lives back.
In theory, I'm moving to Spain, living in Spain, travelling Europe.
Just heading to Southeast Asia for, a holiday, basically.
6-month holiday, though.
6
It's
month
more than
holiday.
just a holiday.
It's not really a holiday. It's going to be a holiday and then not holiday,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a journey.
How are you getting on, team?
Yeah, not too bad.
I think that despite the boys, little whinges about the project, I think they're actually on board and they are excited about it.
Oh, yeah.
I know you guys are irreplaceable and we are going to miss you desperately.
Yeah, I know. I still think they're crazy.
No, it's their thing, though.
It's their thing, and we're gonna.
Yeah.
It's
their
it's
thing.
all their thing.
It's their hobby. Not my hobby, their hobby.
Makes no
and
sense.
That's okay.
Economically, though, and just I don't know.
Yeah, but
It's
neither do my hobbies.
yeah. So,
Oh, come here, Katie. Come here. Come on. Come here.
It will be very lonely without them
and slower.
yes.
Group hug. Family hug. Oh, family hug. Goodbye.
She's like, get me out of here.
They might have lost some muscle, but they've found a gold mine.
It's a big day. We're off to see Jim Hay, the man who hopefully can answer some of the very many questions we have about Mr. and Man, Mr. Moffat.
Jane and Neil have been trying to develop a clearer picture of John Moffat, the enigmatic figure behind Berrambool, and they've made a breakthrough in Melbourne.
Hello, Jim.
Hello, what do you got? Just on treasure here.
It's good to see you, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recognise some of these old ones.
Oh, you do. Yeah, you do.
Oh, they're lovely old books, but they're...
They've seen better days.
Now in his late 90s, Jim Hay is a distant relative of Moffat's, and he's assembled a pretty unvarnished biographical profile of this epically wealthy landholder and grazier.
So this is your manuscript, Jim, that you wrote, the historical record.
A masterpiece.
And the photo of
It is.
John Moffat.
At this time, he was amongst Victoria's wealthiest people, I think number 6 at the time.
Yes, he was. They estimated on today's values he would be worth about 3.7 billion.
Wow.
It's extraordinary, isn't it? I think you showed us earlier that he was, of all Australians through all time, he's number 55 most wealthy Australians. Yeah, it's an extraordinary achievement.
Extraordinary, perhaps, but Moffat's business tactics were often dubious. He covertly orchestrated a dummy bidding system to grab land cheaply. He got opponent buyers drunk and gazumped them while they were passed out. And he ignored animal husbandry laws.
Now, one of those shortcuts he's been blamed for was the existence or the appearance of scab in sheep. As a blistering, terrible blistering, so much so they can't eat and then will perish. It became illegal to house a flock of sheep that was infected with scab. It didn't worry our friend too much. He was accused by several people of transgressing.
And so Moffat became Scabby Moffat to his many enemies, including opponents whose anti-Moffat campaign slogan failed to stop his run for Victoria's Parliament.
They goaded him, hence the famous ditty. Scabby is his name and scabby is his pocket, and scabby is the man who votes for Scabby Moffat.
It's a great saying, isn't
Yes.
it?
That's a beautiful wind gem of a quote.
So why do you think he built the amazing homesteads that he built?
Yes, I've wondered that. I think just to show him I've got the money, mate. I'm capable of matching anything you do, I do better.
In an incredible act of generosity, Jim's decided to hand the new owners of Berrambool his manuscript on Moffat, the skinflint squatter, and all his associated research. What a treasure trove.
We're so grateful, Jim, and it's just such an honour to have met you and to be, have this gift of all this incredible documentation and research that you've done.
It's extraordinary.
There was movement at the station.
So, gonna miss the big house?
Yeah, I am, actually. Yeah, I've come to really love it.
For the word had got around
I reckon that's a load, mate.
Okay, let's go. Let's move house.
that a team who knew what they were doing were on their way.
This is such a big moment. We're moving into the major renovation phase now. I mean, 2 years of restoration works.
Demo works.
Demo, well, come on, quite a bit of restoration work.
Restoration work.
But now we begin the major works, and it's exciting.
Yeah.
Jane and Neil have finally managed to engage a building crew to drive this enormous project through to completion.
We feel so lucky to have engaged a builder. We're a long way from anywhere. Trades are really busy. They've probably got a lot more attractive and easier jobs to do than, a heritage house in the middle of nowhere. So we're thrilled to bits to have the builder on board.
And while the pros take the reins, the hard-working, dedicated amateurs are getting out of the way and taking up residence in the stables.
So we've already done quite a lot of work to make the stables livable, endless cleaning and more cleaning and filling up all the gaps as much as we can. But, hopefully these cupboards will be mice-proof and that'll be okay.
Builder Shane and his colleagues are based an hour and a half away, but playing a defining role in this epic restoration proved too good to miss.
It's a little bit further than we normally travel, but yeah, it was really one of those projects you want to actually be involved with. I love the place. I understand exactly why they've fallen in love with themselves and want to take on such a big project, doing what they've done, which they've done a great job of what I can see. So yeah, excited for them and excited to actually be part of it for them.
It's fantastic to have people, professionals, on site doing things.
Who know what they're doing.
Yes.
And are very efficient.
It's a big step from it being a family project, an important transition for us, because we weren't going to get it done without their help.
There's still an enormous amount of work to do if Berrambool is to become a comfortable, well-appointed country home. Neil and Jane will still lend a hand where they can and at their own pace, but Shane's keen to turbocharge the timetable.
We're kind of setting ourselves program-wise for about 7 months. We'll have Christmas in there, so it might push out another month, but yeah, that's not a problem at all.
7 months. Wow. And these should be among the most evident and defining changes in this long-running effort.
This house is an awakening from a slumber, and I love the activity, the people on site, and it's just part of that process of bringing this house back to life.
Jane called it early. Getting trades to Berrambool was going to be the #1 impediment to progress. And rustling tradies and expertise kept Neil on edge through the early phases of the build. But then, after 2 long years of slog, they finally landed a crack team to crack on with it. Builder Shane's 7-month prediction has stretched to around 12 months, but we've finally been given the all clear. Berrambool, the stoic, rambling old bluestone dame, is finally ready for a close-up.
Look at this. Oh, very regal. I feel like I'm visiting royalty. Through we go. Jane, Neil, this is magnificent. I'm overwhelmed. I feel like I'm walking into a 19th century romance novel or something. It is so magical.
It's a very special house. It is, isn't it?
It's always been very special.
We have put this old lady back together.
Look, when I was here the first time, I remember that door was a disaster.
Yes.
We were walking over mud on planks to get into the front door.
Yes.
You've got stone now, you know, giving this beautiful sort of curtilage around the front, which sets it off really magnificently. The windows are looking great. The front door has been replaced, very inviting.
So we wanted that clarity.
Yeah.
And this is how it originally was. That's what you're looking at is what it was.
This is one of the best examples in Australia of that Scottish baronial romance with the Gothic sort of side to it all. These sort of details and features, you don't find these.
Bring back the
anywhere else.
battlements.
Yeah, what have you got in mind? So, I mean, all of that is respected beautifully, and it is on such beautiful display here. I'm pretty impressed and very overwhelmed, actually.
Yeah, it's a lovely welcome, isn't it?
You know, we've pulled up in our carriage, so this is pretty special, but I'm imagining the magic really is inside.
It's totally inside.
It really is.
Should we go inside?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Naturally, such a bold and emphatic introduction sets up some big expectations for what's ahead. And there were so many confronting challenges, so many wrongs to right in Berrambool's vast insides.
Welcome, Anthony, to our humble abode.
There is nothing humble about this abode. I tell you what. What a space. I'm genuinely running out of superlatives. I mean, this is incredible. And I think, you know, we know how important this space is in these kinds of homes. This is the formal welcome. This is where a guest is made to feel like they understand who the family is. But I'm standing here in this architectural candy store, a museum, right? Gothic, arabesque, Victorian down the end, and you've done such a beautiful job of sort of like giving it all a way to sit together. I mean, this is lovely.
Oh, it makes me smile. It's just, it really does. I come in here at night and just turn the lights on to enjoy it. It is such a beautiful thing.
He does, and he says, babe, come and have a look.
Yeah, I do.
Again?
What?
Again?
No, it's the moonlight tonight. You know, it's just, it's really like that.
I can't get over how detailed the arch in the middle here is.
We are so happy with the artist that restored the original colours, made the pillars back to granite, like hours and hours and hours of painstaking work. It was just wonderful to watch and wonderful to see it come back.
And what a canvas to work on. Even that decision to embellish the drawing room ceiling with Gothic strapping turns out to be a masterstroke. A majestic flourish over the original home's grandest room, now the formal dining room.
This is a very special table. It's the William Moffat table. William Moffat took possession of the house in the early 1870s. He was the local shire president for 10 years, and this is the council table that he sat at for 10 years as president. We've been given this table by the Historical Society so that it can be in our formal dining room, and it's just got such a great link. We think of it as coming home, in a sense.
It's perfect for the room. It's the exact right scale.
Welcome to the pretty room of the house.
Oh, it is. It's very beautiful. My goodness. So elaborate.
The old parlour was a bomb site. Now it's a showcase of subtle colour and period pieces.
The last time I was in here, though, that subfloor over there was a complete disaster. You had everything falling off in the corner up here from what I remember.
Yep, great big hole in the ceiling here. That's
so
right.
the amount of work that's gone into putting this back together again, is it just relief that you're feeling?
Well, before we got there, though, it got worse before it got better. So the whole ceiling came down. The whole floor came up, and we've rebuilt it from the bluestone foundations up.
One of the greatest achievements has been the extent to which Jane and Neil have summoned natural light to spark up this grisly monster. The completed sunroom is precisely that. But what about that other purpose-built ode to bringing the outdoors inside?
Remember the smallest door in the biggest house?
Yeah. I feel like I'm stepping through time.
Well, just a bit, a couple of decades.
That conservatory bridging the two wings of the house.
This is another spectacular space. Beautiful to have a greenhouse like this in a Victorian home like yours. And the bird cages, very fitting, very becoming, and you've done a very beautiful job, actually. It's got that sort of greenhouse character, which I think is totally period specific and lovely.
And we will bring more green to this space.
Yep.
Yes.
A difficult design challenge, one you've handled really beautifully, and it actually really shows off both periods of the home really clearly, really cleverly. Nice work.
The old and scary snake pit bathroom is far too high-end to permit any slithering interlopers.
So, Anthony, we're entering the modern era and the modern space of the house.
I don't even recognise this space.
While the glamorous new kitchen feels at a kind of commensurate scale for this rambling country home.
This is about trying to create that contemporary living, kitchen, dining experience and space. And so when we talk about the homestead and the home, this is really home. This is the hub of the home.
Neil and Jane have now moved out of the stables, another huge project for them somewhere down the track, and into the main house. Neil continues to work full-time, remotely from here, while Jane has retired. Incredibly, their boys have embarked on their own renovation adventures elsewhere, but when they're done, surely they won't be able to resist the allure of the epic family pile they worked so hard to help restore.
So it was strange to move into the big house. I mean, it's like awesome, like ridiculous. Who lives like this? But we want to make it more than a house for Neil and Jane. We want to open it up to everyone, share it as much as we can.
Yeah.
We've opened up the house already. We've had a few house tours. The response has been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Do you feel like you have to be kind of mad to jump into a project like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think mad. You don't need to be mad, but if you look at every little thing that you need to do and you wrote it all out and piled it all up in front of you, it would be too daunting to start.
Yeah.
It's really, you've got to sort of suspend reality a bit to get into it. But that's not mad for me.
You told me when we first met that you were going to be in by Christmas 2023.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Really?
It's a week before Christmas 2025.
Yep.
Well, I'm surprised we said 2023. I mean, I know Neil's ambitious, but that was really ambitious.
That was ambitious, yeah. Naive, I think, is the word you used.
That's it.
When we first met you, we hadn't absorbed just how remote we are. 23 sounded ambitious, 25 sounds realistic, And I'm actually really comfortable with the amount of progress we've made in that period.
Jane, I think you said you wanted to do this for less than $1 million. Just let that sit there for a second.
I'm not good at maths.
And Neil, I think you said you wanted to do it for under 2. Mm-hmm. So how did we end up?
We're at 2.6.
For everything?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
A lot of self-labour.
That is quite an incredible amount to get all of this, given the amount of specialist trades and skills and craft that have been invested in this place, and just the sheer scale of it.
Yes.
So that is a pretty great outcome for you, for you both. And I think actually, given the national significance of this place for the house, it's pretty wonderful stuff, yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We are really conscious of that, and the honour for us to own this property, be its custodian, it is truly special, and we're very privileged, and we're very conscious of that.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Thank you. I just wanted to say a few words here tonight. Thank you all very much for coming, but the simple message from me is that, you know, there's that old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it took a community, and this is the community of skilled trades, creative artists, and loving friends to help us restore Berrambool. And I thank you all. Cheers. And here's the Berrambool.
It may have been built by an unscrupulous, double-dealing scoundrel, but it's been saved by a conscientious, caring and meticulous bunch led by Neil and Jane as lead protectors and custodians. So obviously dedicated to cherishing and championing this magnificent country estate. Thank goodness for them. What a monumental triumph.